Welcome to Goosebumps. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Goosebumps, Slappy World, Slappy Birthday to You by R.L. Stine. Now, why would I choose a scary book? Well, part of us likes to have a little bit of scare, right? But also, R.L. Stine has written hundreds of books. So if you like Slappy World and you enjoy the story, there's plenty more for you to read on your own that you can check out from your local library. All right, let's get started with chapters 1 and 2. Slappy Birthday to You. On Ian Barker's 12th birthday, he received a gift that brought pain and terror to him and his entire family. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's try to enjoy Ian's birthday for as long as we can. Just keep in mind that it was not the birthday Ian had hoped for. In fact, it quickly became a day he would have given anything to forget. Ian came down to breakfast on that sunny spring morning, eager for his special birthday to begin. Almost at once, he had trouble with his 9-year-old sister, Molly. But that was nothing new. If you ask Ian, "How do you spell Molly?" he'll answer, Trouble. Since blueberry pancakes were Ian's favorite, Miss Barker had a tall stack of them on the table. Ian and Molly ate peacefully for a while. Molly liked her pancakes drowned in maple syrup, and she used up most of the syrup before Ian had a chance. But Ian didn't complain. He was determined to be cheerful on his birthday. But then they came down to the last pancake on the platter. When they both stabbed a fork into it, that's when the Trouble began. "Mine," Ian said. "You already had 6. "But I saw it first," Molly insisted. She kept her fork poking into her side of the pancake. "It's my birthday," Ian reminded her. "I should get what I want today." "You always think you should get what you want," Molly declared. Molly had wavy red hair and blue eyes, and when she gets into an argument about pancakes, or anything else, her pale, lightly freckled cheeks turned bright pink. Their mom turned from the kitchen counter. She had been arranging pancakes on the tray for Ian's birthday party. "Fighting again." "We're not fighting," Molly said. "We're disputing." "Oh, big word," Ian said, rolling his eyes. "I'm so totally impressed." They both kept their forks in the last remaining pancake. "You're a jerk," Molly said. "I know you know that word." "Don't call Ian names on his birthday," Miss Barker said. "Wait till tomorrow." She had a good sense of humor. Sometimes the kids appreciated it. Sometimes they didn't. "Well, why don't you split the pancake into 2?" she suggested. "Good idea," Ian said. He used his fork to divide the pancake into 2 pieces. "No fair," Molly cried. "Your half is twice as big as mine." Ian laughed and gobbled up his half before Molly could do anything about it. Molly frowned at her brother. "Don't you know how to eat, slob? You have syrup on your chin." Ian raised the syrup bottle. "How would you like it in your hair?" Miss Barker turned away from the cupcakes and stepped up to the table. "Stop," she said. "Breakfast is over." She took the syrup bottle from Ian's hand. "You're 12 now. You really have to stop all the fighting." "But," Ian started. She squeezed Ian's shoulder. "Your cousins are coming for your party. I want you to be extra nice to them. And don't pick fights the way you always do." Ian groaned. "Vinny and Johnny, they always start it." "Ian always starts it," Molly chimed in. "Shut up," Ian cried. "Just listen to me," Miss Barker pleaded. "I want you to be nice to your cousins. You know their parents have been going through a tough time. Uncle Donnie is still out of work, and Aunt Mary is getting over that operation." "Can I have a cupcake now?" Molly asked. Ian slapped the table. "If she has one, I want one too." "Have you heard a word I said?" their mother demanded. "I swear I won't start any fights with Johnny and Vinny," Ian said. He raised his right hand as if swearing an oath. Then he stood up from his seat and started over toward the cupcake tray. "Hands off," Miss Barker said. "Go get your dad. Ian, tell him the guests will be arriving soon." Where is he? Ian asked. In his workshop, his mom answered. Where else? Where else? Molly mimicked. Ian walked down the back hall to the door to the basement. He thought about Johnny and Vinny. Johnny and Vinny lived just a few blocks away. Johnny was 12 and Vinny was 11, but they looked like twins. They were both big bruisers, tough guys, big for their age, loud and grabby and pudgy, round heads, short cropped blonde hair, and upturned pig noses. At least, that's how Ian described them. The kind of guys who were always bumping up against people and each other, always giggling, always grinning, about something mean. Mean guys. They're just jealous of you. That's what Miss Barker always told Ian. They're your only cousins, so you have to be nice to them. Ian opened the basement door and went down the stairs 2 at a time. The air grew warmer as he reached the basement, and it smelled of glue. Under bright white ceiling lights, his father stood hunched over his long work table. He turned as Ian approached. Oh, hi, Ian. Hey, Dad, Ian started. Mom says, here's a birthday surprise for you, Mr. Barker said. He reached both hands to his face, plucked out his eyes, and held them up to Ian. Chapter 2. Ian groaned. Dad, you've been doing that joke since I was 2. It just isn't funny anymore. Mr. Barker tossed the eyeballs into the air and caught them. You love it, he said. He sat down the eyes and picked up a tiny arm and leg from the table. You'd give an arm and a leg to do the eye joke as well as I do. Ian laughed. He gazed at the pile of arms and legs and other body parts on the long work table. Broken dolls were piled at the other end. Doll heads stared wide-eyed at Ian as he surveyed his dad's work area. Dolls stared down from shelves along 2 walls. Headless dolls. Dolls with eyes and arms or legs missing. A bucket beside the work table was filled to the brim with yellow, red, and brown doll hair. There were shelves of dresses and pants and shirts and all kinds of new and old-fashioned doll clothing. Ian's dad had started his doll hospital before Ian was born. He spent most every day down here repairing the broken dolls, replacing missing parts, painting fresh faces, making old dolls look new. Then he carefully wrapped them and sent them back to their owners. He picked up a slender paintbrush and began dabbing pink pale paint on the doll's head, gray cheeks. This is a vintage Madame Alexander doll, he told Ian. It's quite valuable, and when I received it, the face was completely rubbed off. So a hard knock on the upstairs made him stop. Someone pounded the door 4 times, then 4 more. That's the front door, Mr. Barker said. It must be your cousins. Go let them in. He squinted at the doll face and applied some more dabs with his paintbrush. I'll be there in a few seconds. Ian trotted up the stairs, then hurried down the hall towards the front door. He heard 4 more hard knocks. I'm coming, he muttered. Ian pulled open the front door and let out a startled shriek as Johnny landed a hard-fisted punch in the middle of his face. And that's going to do it for chapters 1 and 2 of our Slappy World, Slappy Birthday to You. Now, you do have an activity to complete. Make sure you do your best work. If you don't know the answer, go back and re-listen to the story. Have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for chapters 3 and 4.